Hi, loves. Caroline here. Today, we're going to do a short activation on our sacral center, on that place of creativity and juice and life force. And so, like always, what I would like you to do is, if it's available, to close your eyes. But if it's not available, if you're listening to this walking or even driving, honestly, is actually really good practice to see how you can work with energies and be able to scan, to track while having your focus on the external. So you're creating pathways that help you to not just rely on being able to close your eyes. That being said, if you feel and you're in a place to close your eyes, you can close your eyes. Taking a moment, a few breaths to welcome yourself into this moment. Good. Sighing on the exhale. Inhaling. Breathing deep into the belly, deep into the pelvic floor, stirring the prana, stirring the Shakti Kundalini. Exhale, make a sound. Inhaling. Exhale. Letting the throat start to open, and being that the sacral and the throat are pairs. Feeling into your womb center. Now keeping all awareness on the inhale, right in that second chakra, your womb, your reproductive organs. Exhale. Inhale, perhaps tilt the pelvis a little bit. Rocking forward. Exhale, sigh. Inhale. Right into your sacral center, just waking it up. Exhale. Do this a few more times at your own pace. Inhaling, tilting the hips a little bit forward. Exhale, sighing, making a sound. And letting your body start to move in the way that feels natural and authentic. Beautiful. Then coming back to stillness, placing your awareness right at your womb center, your sacral center, and just notice what you notice. Has there been just even a little bit more energy since a few minutes ago? These simple exploration, expression of the voice connected to your womb. Just notice what you notice. Feeling into the second chakra, visualizing or sensing a ball of light right in your womb center. How big or bright is the seed of light in the center? Good. Now placing a grounding cord from the center of your womb all the way down into the earth. And just allowing the energy to start to shift, start to clean house. Any energy, especially the back of the center, the sacrum area, the SI joints, any energies that are ready to leave your body to allow you to have your creativity, allow you to have your sovereignty in this holy sacred center. Hana, shuna, yeah. Good. From here, asking to connect to that time and space, that timeline of a completely activated, illuminated, full Shakti power timeline where your sacral center, your womb center, your creativity center is alive, vibrant, whole, and holy. And that timeline might be right now. And if it is, celebrate, feel, breathe. And if where you feel in this moment, a moment before, to where when you sense into where's that timeline, notice what you notice. Does that timeline where everything feels awake, alive, and juicy, does that feel, do you sense it far away? Do you sense it close up? Just noticing what you notice when you tune into the timeline that truly already exists. We're just turning our gaze and our perspective into the quantum field, into that unified field where that reality is coexisting. It's just the illusion, the smoke and mirrors, the game of the 3D of this dimension that we're playing with. So opening, feeling into that timeline. Noticing how far, how close it feels to your present moment. From this place, asking what is needed, asking for one thing that would help. What would be the medicine to allow this timeline, this you, this awake, vibrant, holy sacral center to merge with your 3D body? Just notice what you notice. Beautiful. Allowing those timelines to get ever closer, this current one, and allowing for grace, breathing in and out of your sacral center, allowing for grace, and relax, relax, and relax. Making a commitment to yourself to check back in and listen if you received that guidance of claiming your space, claiming your creativity, your sexuality, your sensuality, your holy womb. Commit to following through of that which was given. Checking back into your body, your sacral center, the sacrum, the SI joints, the front and the back, feeling connected to the earth. Checking back in with that, the ball of light that is your energy field. Allowing, feeling that connection with the divine, that energy, that source that animates and illuminates all of your cells, all beings. Watering, filling up your sacral center, that golden light of life. Beautiful. And allowing yourself to receive the grace and the blessing of the divine golden light. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, sigh. Of course, it's always staying inward as you feel called. This is a good practice. It's short and sweet, but powerful and just so needed and important right now. So, especially if you're in a female body and the amount, and you're empathetic and you're sensitive, the amount of energy that gets stored in our womb center, it can feel very cloudy. It really, if you have felt drained, if you have felt, not able to connect to your body, connect to the earth, connect to your people around you, this is a center that really gets worked. And so, I mean, they all do in its own way, but especially having this womb center of your creativity, because we're going to need to get creative. We already are in that process, but it's going to be a demand more and more of how to not only get creative, but to trust in our own self and trust in our own knowing and trust in our directive. That intuition that comes from our soul, that intuition that comes from our body. And so the more that we can pay attention and the more we learn how to do it on the fly, right? So it's so important to have these practices to build that muscle so you can feel when there's been, a hitchhiker, a hit, and you can self-correct right in the moment because you have that trust, that knowing, that strength. And it's time. We have to hold that higher place of consciousness beyond good, bad, right, or wrong to get through this time period, and not just get through it, but for your presence without even having to speak, being the leader, the medicine, to say that we've got this. And so it's from that awakened heart, it's from that awakened womb, it's from that awakened body. So we're liberating the body, not in the sense of from like a patriarchal, we need to ascend the body. No, we're liberating the body by the spiritualized matter that our body is divine. Our body is the Holy Land. Our body is the Holy Grail. And through that, we have awake consciousness. We are an awakened being in form. And that transforms the 3D to 5D, living in that field of oneness while having a 3D body. That is mastery. So take care of yourself. Get used to okay, checking in, what feels off, and self-correcting in the moment. So enjoy, listen to your womb, listen to your creativity. It'll increase your libido. It'll increase your juiciness. It might be that you want to take walks, write poetry, have sex, self-pleasure, getting that Kundalini going. What I've seen so much, especially in our time period right now where everything is so uncertain, there's so much fear, there's so much control and programs and patterns. And this is where we create right now our own timeline, regardless of what's ever happening. This is not about spiritual bypassing. And, it's not like, well, Caroline, you're not dealing with X, Y, and Z. And what about this? And what about that? Well, we can face those things. We can go and do what's necessary and help those that are suffering by our presence. And the only way that we can have our presence is by taking care and creating our sovereignty. So that's that for today. And I hope you enjoy this practice. And if you know someone that could use it, send them the link, and let's just all keep creating our own truths, and not just creating, this new world that's separate from that, but how do we create our awakened consciousness, awakened life while still interacting with this 3D, and being able to go into what we in the mind wants to deem like less vibrational or yada yada, um, and expand and change the consciousness that's around us. All right. I love you all, and I will see you very soon.